Skiff! Thank God you're here. If only Darlin had listened to me, I wouldn't have to cheat. You know that's true. Tell her. I'm begging you.
Your friend is a strange kind of scientist, Skiff. He loves secrets more than discoveries.
He's no friend of mine.
Skiff!
That makes sense. People need more than just a couple of days to really become friends. You need to trust one another, share your secrets. Like the fact that someone stole the scanners from Circa, just because he was so envious of Dr. Dolly. And guided by his co-conspirator Faust, he insisted on murdering every last witness. Including you, of course.
I can explain everything!
There's no need to repeat yourself, Professor. This man almost got you killed. So it's up to you to decide his fate.
Skip!
Fair enough. Yevhen Martinenko, 25 years old. Born in a small town, loved a good book, but preferred a good fight. Served in the army, upon returning home was engaged in risky part-time jobs. No real friends, no family, just lonely evenings in front of the TV. A while ago he came home to find his place in ruins. You've been through a lot, Yevhen. Cigarette? After the fire at those apartments, everyone rushed to seek help from officials. But not you, Yevhen. In your search for the truth, you had the courage to enter the zone. Perseverance is an admirable quality, and you've got heaps of it. That's why we can thank you, and you alone, that the scanner is back at Circa. The zone is extremely dangerous to the outside world. But thanks to you, we will soon have its power under control. And in the meantime, you can return to the mainland and move into a beautiful new house.
Sounds great.
You deserve it.
But I want to be there for the experiment. Bread was promised. Now it's time for circuses.
Dr. Darlin speaks highly of you, but the experiment requires top-level security. Although, perhaps you could help us in this matter. Someone's planning to stop us, right? Stop us getting what we deserve.
Strider. The leader of Noontide intends to break into Circa. He might be armed.
I knew I could count on you. Meet with Strider. Convince him not to do anything stupid. I don't want our new world to begin with bloodshed. And neither do you.
And if he doesn't change his mind?
You're an experienced guy, Yevhen. I'm sure you can handle it. One way or another.
You were hired to fix the problems on this project. But now, the Institute lies in ruins, and my men are dead! What are you gonna fuck up next, Darlin?
But I succeeded.
The doctor is right, Colonel. He did succeed. The Alpha artifact has been found. Project X's network is restored and functioning. The Institute's mission has been accomplished. We may have underestimated Strider, but that's not Darlin's fault. Something else is going on here. Something we don't know about yet. But I'm sure the world is perfectly capable of dealing with these issues. Everyone needs to be on top of their game right now. Our goal is within reach. Do you have any more questions, Yevhen?
What about the new home you promised me?
Do you want to live in a world where a fanatical sect tries to mold everyone in their own image? Because that's what they're preparing to do at the Duga. Somehow I thought you had a different vision for the future. One where every human being will be happier than they were yesterday. Not the other way around. See? Do you have any more questions, Yevhen?
What now? What's your plan?
The plan remains the same. We need to get the zone's anomalous energy under control. To achieve this, we need to reach the generators and bring them online. Then we can activate the network of research centers we've set up across the mainland. These centers are equipped with more advanced generator facilities.
But who do you represent? Project X? The regulatory board the Colonel mentioned?
You're quite perceptive. That much is certain. Yes, the regulatory board. As for Project X and its scientific endeavors, we simply ensured its continuity during a period when the government was unable to dedicate itself to the study of anomalous phenomena. You don't need to know the details. So let's just say we're interested in anything that can propel humanity forward along the path of evolution. That includes the zone.
Why does Colonel Korshinov see the scientists from Project X as traitors?
His statements are often quite harsh. True, they did conduct a poorly planned and unauthorized experiment that ultimately brought them down. But at the same time, they're responsible for the creation of the zone itself. So no, I wouldn't label them as traitors. Too independent, too ambitious maybe. But traitors, they were not. See you later. I'm sorry about that show, Skip. At the Institute, you had so much anger in you. I just wanted to help you to get rid of it. A cold mind is what you need for our mutual success. Now everybody is alive and well. Isn't that wonderful?
He sold me out.
And he's atoned for it. You can trust him now. Don't be angry. A great cause needs a noble spirit. You don't want to ruin our little party, do you? It should have happened during the Alpha experiment at Circa, if Faust hadn't made some alterations to our plan. But better late than never. Since Professor Herman replaced the control unit, the X network is in my hands. Neither the representative nor anyone else will be able to access it. After all these years, Project X will finally be completed.
So Dalin decided to betray us.
You sound just like the Colonel. I'd say we all make mistakes, Yevhen. And those mistakes always cost someone their life. Especially when you choose your own empty hopes and dreams over the common good. Dmytro Dalin stubbornly refused to believe that the representative was not his father, but only a program, and that sea consciousness was irrevocably dead, long gone. The same thing had happened to Valentin Dalin, by the way. He was doomed as soon as he decided that his own utopian ideas were more important than the goals of Project X.
So finishing Project X has always been your goal?
It couldn't have been otherwise. Once upon a time, the Regulatory Board launched Project X to find the source of anomalous energy that would mark a new milestone in technological advancement. And we found it. This discovery is too valuable for humanity to end in nothing. It was always only a matter of time before we regained control of the anomalous energy. But we know how to be patient.
Would you mind telling me more about X Network?
The X Network was the most important element of our plan. A Psi-based infrastructure that connected all Project X devices and kept them functioning. Until the Noosphere Contact Group called themselves Psi Consciousness and seized control of the network. One mistake. And here we are, in the zone. After that, they used the X Network for years, and even made adjustments to it. Created the monolith and agents, for example. But they made a mistake here too. They wanted an agent, but got Strilok instead. And he
killed them.
Ironic, isn't it? The tool they stole from us ended up killing them.
So the anomalous energy of the zone is finally under control? Just like you wanted?
Not while the link to the generators is severed. Only Alpha allowed remote access. But that's just a minor obstacle. We'll re-establish the link between the Foundation and the generators and claim the vacant board in X7. And that's how it will be.
What'll happen to the monolith and the agents of Psi Consciousness now?
In my view, the monolith wasn't the most successful Psi Consciousness experiment. They certainly fulfilled their purpose, but the notion of needing a new god to compel their loyalty made everything too complicated. Now, as for the agents, the finest among them weren't even aware they were agents. But that didn't stop them from carrying out their mission. Fascinating, isn't it?
Dr. Kaimanov doesn't think a single pod will be enough.
Kaimanov? That scientist who missed his chance to enter the 8th pod, thus granting us the opportunity to seize control of the anomalous energy? He's stuck in the past. You don't need 8 people to interface with the Noosphere anymore. I alone am sufficient. Along with the mediator in the pod, who will serve as an intermediary between the zone and the Noosphere. The mediator is a human, but a unique one. They must have Class 5 Psi protection. It's a necessary requirement that cannot be ignored.
So, the mediator is Colonel Korshunov?
I knew you wouldn't permit us to experiment on your man, Colonel. That's why you were kept in the dark until the 11th hour, when the fate of the future and the lives of a few soldiers hang in the balance. I believe the choice is self-evident. Besides, that Psi protection saved your life at the Duga.
Your cigarette leaves no smell. None whatsoever.
And yet the flavor is exquisite, Yevhen. Have you forgotten it since our encounter at Circa? Regrettably, I can't offer you a smoke at the moment.
So what do you expect me to do next?
Professor Herman will fill you in on the details of our plan to restore the connection between the Foundation and the generators. I can only teleport you to the nearest bunker in the Dead Valley, Yevhen. The teleportation system isn't fully operational yet. It will take some time. So, remember to grab the experimental Project X suit. You've got the coordinates already. For now, we'll have to make do with older designs to make sure you're protected. You're back. Excellent. Help him up. The means justify the end. Thanks to you, we're going to live in a new world with a bright future. I keep my promises. You can stay with us, or... You look tired. I'll show you out. Striking, isn't it? Someone has to keep an eye on all of this. And Colonel Martininka does have a nice ring to it. That's your bird. Do think about it. Condor 1, whatever this stalker wants, this stalker gets.
Where to, boss? People do not wish for the pursuit of happiness. They need their happiness here.